Welcome back to another episode of We Hunt 2, We Fish 2, where we hunt, fish, and live outside. Today's episode is very interesting, folks, because we're going to go back to a weekend that Lou and I had down in Galliano,
Yeah,
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Where we were, what we did down there, bow fishing?
Bow fishing. That's right. Bow
Bow
fishing
fishing, y'all.
at
So
nighttime.
at nighttime. So
Mhm.
it's an experience that I think you all are going to see in the video that's going to come out following this podcast a few days after it airs.
hmm
So you guys can get that full experience of what bow fishing is all about. But
Absolutely.
also, this is a trip that Lou and a group of his friends is always taking every year. So I'm gonna let Lou captain this ship on today's episode. So Lou,
Mm.
take it over, brother. What we looking at? What we gonna be looking
Man,
for?
they're gonna be looking at bow fishing. Bow fishing is a fun time in the evening time. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all gotta think about, in order to see the fish, we have to have lights on the boat. We
Mm-hmm.
going out probably about 8 o'clock at night,
Oh, it's
and
dog.
it's dark, buddy. And
Dog,
so
dog.
we got to have some light around the boat in order to
Uh-huh.
see the fish. And
That's
we
right.
fishing in some brackish water, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
fresh water and salt water mixture. That's
Mix.
brackish
Mm-hmm.
water. And it's 6 people. The max is 6 people per boat. And the group is growing. We normally start off, we've had between 4 boats, 3 boats, but this time I think we had 3 boats out there. And that was pretty much like 5 guys per boat. So it was a
Mm-hmm.
good mixture of people able to move around on the boat. So you get out there, and the limit now, when we first started way back, was fishing. We would get 6 redfish, and now
Mm.
the laws have changed, and so it dropped down, Doc, to four
Yeah.
fish. I think 4 fish, and you can only kill a certain size of fish. So
Yeah, I think what 27 inches or less,
smaller.
26 or
That's right.
smaller.
26.
Yeah,
That's
six.
26, 27 or smaller is
Smaller.
what we can
But
harvest.
before it was bigger than that, right?
Big fish. We had a
Yeah.
big
Wow.
fish, so
Mm.
we wanted to kill the biggest red.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't worry about all the other fish like the sheephead, the
Sheephead.
alligator gar, trout, catfish. We wanted to kill, or not mullet, but flounder was out there. So we
Mm-hmm.
was killing those as well. But yeah, it's big red, and that's what we after. I mean, it's a great fish. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you had a chance to come along with us to see this, Doc, and feel this, and
Man,
get the experience of being a
it
bow
was a
hunter like yourself.
yes, sir. I
Yeah.
mean, it's that thing where I'm a bow hunter and I also like
Yeah.
fishing. But to put
Yeah.
those two things together in bow fishing,
Exactly.
man, that was a thrill of a lifetime for me because
Exactly.
it was something new, but it gave me some familiarity. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it was quite challenging, y'all. Because I'm tell y'all, I thought
Yeah.
I had it all figured out in my head. I know
He did. He
what
did. Yes, he did.
refraction is in terms of
hmm
things look different in the angle underwater, but once you get
Yep.
behind that rise and give a drawback on that bow and try to put an arrow through some water, man,
Hey,
that's a
everything changed.
that's a whole nother skill in itself.
I'm telling you,
After I
both
say about what 50 shots,
50, 50 shots in, you trying to
50
kill. Listen,
misses,
the,
50
the the
misses,
boat rocking. The boat
boat
is rocking.
rocking.
You drawing
Mhm.
back. You got to try to hold steady. The fish not gonna just sit there. The fish
Sit there, that's
moving.
constantly
You know,
moving.
you
It's
got
a
to shoot.
constantly
So
moving target.
it is. It makes you home in on your skills, and it
Yes,
makes you get
sir.
ready to me for hunting season, the upcoming hunting season. It makes your
Right,
eye,
right.
hand coordination, your
Coordination.
react time. It works well. So we were out there, and even if we didn't kill a fish, if we didn't harvest, it was just the fun, the camaraderie, interacting with all the guys out there, Doc,
Yeah,
man, have
yeah,
you out
yeah,
there,
yeah.
people that you didn't know. There were people out there never shot with a bow before, and they
Mm,
harvest a fish. Never
mm,
shot with a bow, period.
right, right.
So to pick it up, anyone can do it, but it just got to get over that fear of going out there, because there are other things a little larger than us out there that
Yes. And we
can
seen them.
make
We
the
seen them going
yeah,
out.
we did from the dolphins to
So them
the
dolphins
dolphins
to
to bull
ugh,
shark to alligator gar, neutral rats, coyotes out there in that water area on those cattails, or out there where the oyster beds are. And
mm-hmm.
so we were out there at night, and what we try to do, we try to go out there, Doc, doing low tide.
Low
And
tide.
so
Yeah.
I always try to go out there low tide, or find a weekend that's that has a low tide because
Mhm.
it better our chance in harvesting, maxing out the time that we're out there and
Mhm.
harvesting all those fish that we did. Because so when the tide is low, and that's
Uh-huh.
of course, that's when the water goes out due to the gravity of the moon, everything goes
Mhm.
out. It gives us a chance to see the fish swimming, versus when the tide is high. It's very hard, even though we have lights on the side of the boat to see them. So when the tide is
Mhm.
low, then the water goes out and the fish are going into these little sloughs and trying to get some
Mhm.
of these oysters and shrimp and other fish. And so we are seeing these redfish. Sometimes they're in there like 4 or 5 at one time, and
Right,
then
right,
when they hear
right.
the vibration of the boat, they shoot out. So that's what we're doing when we're going in at low tide, trying to our best to see the fish in that murky water. And the beauty about the captain is he's sitting up higher than we are, so he can kind of see. Yeah, yeah, he can see
Sit
better.
down. Listen, folks.
Hmm.
Hey, understand what Blue is describing here. It is a feeling, a sensation that
Yeah,
you have to be there in order to experience. And when you're
gotta do
talking
it.
low tide, to give you a better understanding, that means the water is shallower. The water
That's
is
right.
shallower as opposed
Yeah.
to it being when it's high tide where we're fishing, the
Hmm.
water is deeper. So if it's
Hmm.
shallower, you can see the fish. I mean, you can see the stripes on a sheep head.
On the
You
sheep head.
yeah, you can almost see that dot on that redfish tail if
That's
you
right.
if it's close
Exactly.
enough. So
Exactly.
man, but
And a couple of times, he jumped in, the captain jumped in and said, "Oh, don't shoot," because it was a stingray.
it
And
was a
and
stingray.
yeah, and some
Yeah,
people thought it was a
yeah,
flounder.
yeah.
Rambo ended up killing a couple flounders out there on his
Mm-hmm.
boat. And
Mm-hmm.
and so once your eyes kind of get adjusted of what you're looking for, the first night you're out there, you're just looking at water and fish and shrimp jumping out the water. But then that first night, that's why we do 2 nights. And I'm glad we did do 2 nights because that first night was on the boat that we were on. The fishing was slim. It was like we were going through a little area when the fish wasn't in that area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we normally do 2 nights because that first night people doing missing there, and the second
Mm-hmm.
night they kind of honed in on their skills. We
Yeah,
find out
yeah,
where the
I
fish
did.
are.
Yeah,
Yep, yeah, you did, and
yeah.
then we start tagging out. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
look to go for your first time, Doc. Let them know the experience that you feel, the rush that you feel. Isn't it just like hunting?
Man, it's
It's just
like
like hunting,
hunting.
catching a big bass.
It's just like hunting, and in combination with catching a big bass. Just take the feeling of catching that double digit bass and catching that
Yeah,
8 and 10 pointer. It just combined the two. It's the same. So,
yeah,
folks, man, that if you get an opportunity, go
yeah.
find out. Hey, what's the name of that
That
marine?
is Midnight Blue. Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Down in Galliano, Louisiana. Great.
Galli,
Galliano. Galliano, Louisiana.
Galliano, Louisiana. See, that's a
Louisiana.
tongue twister for me. But
Yes, it is. Yep.
one good thing that we were able to do is, spend some time together. Like you said, met some guys for the first time, but after that weekend, it seemed like we've been old buddies all our lives. So that was a
Yes,
great,
sir. That's right.
great thing. But
That's right.
one thing we was able to do, folks, is we were able to get these guys together and have a panel discussion.
We
That's
did.
really the podcast. The podcast is not what Lou and I are doing right now. We just kind of going down memory lane, but we really
Absolutely.
want to share with you that talk we had with some of the guys that has been doing this for quite some time. And
Right.
it's two segments actually. It's one is going to be about bow fishing,
Mm-hmm.
and the second one is going to talk about their experience on African hunt. So,
Yeah.
why
That's
don't we
right.
do Lou? Why don't we let the people go and check out this panel discussion
Yeah.
from guys from the trip,
That's
and
right.
we're gonna come back and wrap it up with the African hunt.
Yeah. Y'all check it out. Let us know what you think. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button.
All right, folks, check this out.
Welcome back to another episode of We Hunt 2, We Fish 2, where we hunt, fish, and live outside. Today's episode is quite interesting. I have a group today that has been hunting and fishing together for over 20 years. And we're down here on that annual bow fishing trip down here in Galliano, Louisiana. But today we're going to talk about some of their experiences, both fish and some of their African hunts they've shared together over the years. So as always, I got my co-host. This is his band of brothers that he's brought together to share their experiences with us. So Luke.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for joining us. And what we have here, we have one of the vets. We have T.L. Forrest, Josh Jones, Fred Heflin, and Corey Oliver. We've been coming down here, like he said, over 20 years, and we've enjoyed ourselves getting away, coming down, fellowshipping with other guys. But these particular guys, we've been coming here, and we just so happened to go out of the country to Africa. So here, right in front of me, is TL.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Are you?
Great. This is one of the gentlemen has been going to Africa for quite a while.
Yes.
As well as coming down here to bow fishing. TL, your experience coming down here for bow fishing, what have you enjoyed coming down here all those years?
For me, it would be relaxation, getting away from the hustle and the grind, and the camaraderie of shooting the fish. It's just secondary to me. Cooking and then going back home and work.
Good. Josh, go ahead.
Who's the planner for the group? Who's the planner?
Actually, it started out with another guy, friend of ours who's not here, Bob. And when I first came down, I came down to Safari Club.
Okay.
And that's how I got to come down to alligator hunt. And then from there, we started meeting guys and then start bringing the other guys. And over the last, 3 years, Lou has been the one we kind of passed it on to. Fred was doing a lot, and we just, whoever has the time to set it up, that's what we do.
Yeah. So our experience coming down here, me and Corey, we typically, get up in the morning, cook breakfast and everything. And we like to brag about things. Corey, what's your experience of coming down here to Galliano?
More or less like what TL said, it's just the camaraderie. It's breaking away from the everyday hustle and bustle, enjoying yourself, seeing guys, having family come in from out of town that you haven't seen in years, but you got to have tough skin to be.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can dish it out, but you better be able to take it.
That's right.
But it's good. Like I said, just breaking away and doing things that making people exposing them to things that maybe they haven't been exposed to.
Nobody tiptoes around anything.
Right.
Well, Mr. Fred, how has the group, have you seen many changes within the group over the years? What have you noticed over these 20 years?
I noticed that the group actually grew. When we started out, we only had one boat, 5 people, sometimes 6. And now we've got up to as many as 4 or 5 boats, whereas it was just 5 of us. Now we're up to 10 or 15 people just about every year. And we used to come twice a year.
Yep.
We did the spring in April, and we would come back in August. And then we just got busy and start going once a year.
Okay. So with that, do you think that has allowed you guys to come together and become closer?
Yeah.
Even with the reduction in the number of
It's life is short. When we got older, we really learn to appreciate life a little bit more. So you understand these moments are precious, and we have some of the best times of our life here out of all the things going on in the world, and we just appreciate each other, and we enjoy the camaraderie of friendship. So we end up being closer like brothers.
One thing I did, I asked my cousin to come down here. I appreciate my cousin coming down. So this is my cousin, Josh. Josh, what's your experience of coming down here?
Well, I wasn't a big archery hunter.
Yeah.
But y'all introduced me to bow fishing, and it's just something I really enjoy. And just something to do. Like, I'm not the best, but I just shooting and missing and
and the good thing
having a good time, fellowship.
Yeah, the good thing about it is you don't have to be a professional archer to come down here. Right? So when you first got down here, like you said, you didn't know anything about pulling a bow back and everything. But did you kill fish?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Exactly. So that's the good experience of us having friends coming down. You don't have to be a professional. You come down here, you learn, you live, you have good time, have thick skin, as Corey said, and hospitality. We all helping out around here just to have a great time. And now we're getting prepared to go back home and talk about the memories that we created down here.
Yeah. What about this right here? Let me ask you a question. Been around you. I've noticed some hilarious moments, and you all trust me, I'll bear a laugh. But can't any one of you tell me which year or what was a funny moment that anyone
You mean both fishing or both fishing or anywhere?
both fishing right now.
Okay, both. I know. Yeah, I got one.
One of the best were we came down to Bowfish and the boat went out. And so we won't get another boat. He's going to go back. On the way back, the transmission went out on the truck. So he used the airboat to push us home. So he cranked the airboat and pushed it. And he drove us all the way back from Galliano back to the airboat.
Okay.
Pushed the truck and that's how we got home with the boat.
Yeah. I was thinking the other time we were in the back and the gentleman dropped his phone in the water. And he dropped his phone in the water. He immediately went into the water and actually found his phone.
Really? In that murky water?
Yes, he did.
Because
Yes, he did. And today, this phone is still working. Yes. So remember, Android works, regardless of how deep a water it shall be in. Continue.
that was fun.
I will not. So remember, if you don't want anything recorded, if you don't have thick skin, please don't come to this.
Because I think when we got back home, we were sending photos of him in the water. And
I think it was faulty. He fell in and the video and photos started in the water. You know, Verizon is a great thing. You know, we have Verizon. We're able to send it to the people that wouldn't even hear in Birmingham, Justin County.
Wow. So they got a...
Yeah. It was live. It was live. Yeah, we said I had
that happening in real time.
For the record, there was no fall in. There was a jump in.
Share with you the idea about being outdoors, whether it's bow fishing or hunting. It's not what you catch. It's not what you kill. It's about the camaraderie that you share among one another, the community that you build in terms of sharing the outdoor space. But as we transition to our next part of the show, I just want you guys to remember that if you want to build relationships and build community, try building with some people that you familiarize yourself with and enjoy being around, and you guys can share that same space together. And have, from what I understand, a boatload of fun.
That's right.
No pun intended. Why Louisiana? Why Louisiana of all the places?
well, actually, it started from an alligator hunt, from a bid on the alligator hunt.
Okay.
So when we came down and got the alligators, the guy that we met started telling us about the bowfish.
Okay.
And that's how it came. So we've transitioned from this area to another area. Then we had the hurricanes come in. That kind of disrupted, the flow of things. And then, we've all gotten back together.
That's how we ended up in this place right here.
Right.
We just stay at a hotel, Galliano Inn.
Which was destroyed.
Hurricane destroyed twice.
It did.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
What made us, which really took off about 15 minutes. We had to drive how long, Corey? Probably
about 20, 25 minutes.
Coming from the hotel, coming down here to, and then get prepared. So over the years that we've transitioned from that spot to this spot, we've really kind of tuned in on how we get down here, what we need to eat, clothes that we wear, don't have to pack as much, trying to be prepared for the rain, all the crazy weather to come through here, and the mosquitoes at the dock. Okay.
Like I know the mosquitoes can be kind of rough, but Corey, and the reason I want you to ask this question is because I saw you in action, and I really enjoyed being on the boat with you. But what species were you targeting? I mean, I know for the people at home, what
redfish? That's the top priority, right? But then you got sheephead. I've shot a speckled trout before, flounder, gar, alligator gar.
Yep.
But that can be a battle depending on which one you get tied into.
Okay.
But mainly it's gonna be your redfish. Okay, that's what you really want to limit out on.
Okay.
All right.
But all of them are fun to shoot.
What's the limit?
It's 4 per person.
Yeah. Used to be what?
It used to be 6.
That's right.
So now it's 4.
That's right.
Plus the deckhands if you
20 over 26 inches.
Yeah, go
26. You can't go over 26 inches.
Josh, which fish you would say would be your favorite fish out of the fish that we have that you like to eat?
It probably would be the sheephead.
Sheephead?
Yeah, it seems like it's a lot cleaner, no fishy taste. And because I'm not real into the fishy fish, but that sheephead is pretty clean.
Pretty clean?
Yeah.
How about you, Fred?
Sheephead gonna be, if I had to pick between the two, it'd be sheephead.
Sheephead. Any of y'all have shot a stingray down? You went up in there?
Yeah.
My son, we tried to pass on to the youth. I brought him down when he was about 8. He powdered all night because he couldn't
That's right, you did.
First time using a bow, and I'm trying to get him, but he finally got a stingray down through there.
Yeah.
Got a picture. He smiled. Rest of the time, he was happy after he got that one fish.
I brought two of my sons, my oldest two, down here to bow fishing, and they really enjoyed themselves and build a closer bond with my kids from coming down here, because we got to talk about things that we probably want to talk about at home. Dad, why are you doing this? Now they understand you're doing it at nighttime, so you can bring your kids out here and have a good time as well. And it's a good bonding moment for friends and family.
Yeah, tradition passing.
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad you talk about tradition. And I want this question to go to you, Mr. Fred. When you're talking about bow fishing, and you a bow hunter, correct? Primarily. What have you seen, or what do you know to be the biggest difference between, you say, bow hunting and bow fishing? Bow hunting and bow fishing.
It puts your mind traditional fishing because you don't use sights. You don't use kisser buttons. You don't really have a anchor point. You catch almost instinct. You got to have a feel for where to aim. If you don't have time to study like you do regular bow hunting. So, and it makes you think quick and fast, so I like the traditional, and it give you something else to do. We need a challenge. All us got pretty good at bow hunting, being effective in our range, and then just had to have something else challenging.
Yeah.
And when you miss, you got 5 people shooting.
Yeah.
And you're going to miss.
Yeah, you're going to miss.
Absolutely, because I must tell you, this is my first experience, and I missed a lot. Trust me, I missed a lot. So when y'all see this on video, don't laugh at me, because I am a newbie to fish.
But he kills some fish now.
He did kill some fish. Contribute, I dig it on.
Excuses.
And tough fish don't, constitute kill some fish.
2 feet
He kills some fish, Dad.
2 feet don't count to being a bow fisherman.
6.
Well, what I was told, if you kill one, you lucky.
That's
but
right.
if you kill 2, you're official. So
That's right.
I'm official.
But you know the main thing, we all going home with the same amount of fish.
We all going home with the same amount. Josh,
My back hurt a little.
it is. Josh, when you in the boat, what do we need to look for when we trying to look for the fish that we just riding around, we see waves?
You're looking for that. We're looking for a big weight.
What's so? Yeah, about that weight.
So it's like the ripples coming off the fish moving in the water.
Yeah.
So that's one thing y'all told me that was something to key in on.
Yep.
So when I see that weight and it's going away, hey, I need to key in on that.
Yep.
Weight from a boat. This is the weight. The weight is on. You come in, you got to wait. The fish doing the same thing.
Do they go the same way, or how do you kind of determine, Fred? Like you just see things jumping out of the water. So how do you tell that's a redfish, or can you tell?
They're gonna be one of the lightest fish in the water. They're generally gonna be shaped like a small log or PVC pipe. You can kind of tell sometime.
Okay.
You get confused with the guard sometime, but they unpredictable. They don't. Some sit, some run. You can't wait.
Okay.
You just gotta shoot your shot and hope for the best.
Okay. TL, have you ever shot an alligator gar?
Yeah.
Is that a fight?
It is.
Okay.
Especially if you hit it in the tail part where it has its momentum.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be into it. Yeah.
Well, what Mr. Till, what surprised you most about bow hunting?
Miss.
Missing.
I can say
Because
you got the footing on the wall.
You can see a fish here, and you're aiming at the fish, but you really don't do that. You're aiming below the fish.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to kind of keep your mind settled about what you're doing, but we miss a lot.
Yeah, I can tell you that
Gotta keep shooting,
concept a different view, a different angle to the actual fish and the way they lay in the water, which is why I miss tons of fish. And I got to give it up to Corey. He tried to help me explain it to me. Hey man, you got to shoot below the fish. Don't shoot into the fish. 100 times I shot over the fish. And, but he was a good sport and helped me and giving me some tips on being successful. Corey, I really appreciate that. The equipment, we talked about that. I mentioned earlier about the setup, but can we get into any specifics about that? Because it's different from a regular traditional compound bow that you use. Those differences is what I think needs to be.
It's really a compound bow. It's just the poundage is very light.
Like a beginner's bow for the youth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a Genesis or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
How many pounds, Fred, you think they probably pulling back on that bow?
Probably 15. That 20 ain't that much because 50 pounds is pretty much where you start on your bow hunting. You got to have 50, 52, 54 pounds to really be effective with a whitetail. So it's got to be similar to a youth, because when we go out, like my son, nobody struggles to pull it back. It's just, well, it's probably about 15 pounds.
So Corey, you think your baby girl could come down here? Probably.
Well, she already has a Genesis.
Okay.
So she already has a boat.
Okay.
So it's about something like that, like Fred said, maybe 15 pounds. So a little kid could easily be able to pull it back.
So you know, you can bring friends and family members down here and have a good time too.
And the amount of times you're going to shoot, it needs to be that low pound.
Right, need to be
because you're going to swing some arrows.
You wouldn't be able to keep up. Shoulder fatigue, arm, you couldn't pull.
Right.
Because we go through sometimes 50 shots a night. You include missing, because you see 5 fish, 5 guys in the boat, all 5 shoot. Then at the end of the night, you got 24 fish. Usually, if that person don't hit the first fish, all of us have already shot. So that's when you look at it. We go through sometimes 30, 40, 50 shots in a night.
That's a lot of shots.
That's a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Josh, question for you is, how long you think how long we stay out there fishing? I mean, roughly about what time we go out? And
we go out probably about 7 o'clock in the afternoon, and you could come back as early as probably 11. That's on a great night. If everything good. The most time it ain't a great night.
Yeah.
So we come back probably about 12, 1 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. And so that means that when we tag out, that means we're tagging out with the amount of fish that we have on the boat, which roughly is if you got 6 people times 4, it's a good night. And that's not including alligator gar and sheephead, right? And like Corey said, at the end of the day, we all go home with the same amount of fish.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the thing about how do people see it? I mean, how do you see it? If I know you talked about the weight, Josh, but the boat specifically.
Oh, lights.
The lights.
The lights.
Okay. Tell me about the lights.
So they got lights illuminated around, and that light project out into the water. And you can. That's when you're looking at it. That's where you're able to see those fish, see them moving around, and even from the back looking forward.
Oh, see, I thought it was a party boat because all. I didn't know those lights before, but I'm glad you explained that to me. So the lights, I know it was around the boat itself, and I know that helped me, but I was still questioning what a weight was, how you see it, because I know the first night you were telling me what to look for.
Yeah.
And obviously you said, look at the weight. I said, man, it's a bunch of weights. I'm like, what weight were you talking about?
Once your eyes understand, it's just like hunting. It's just like hunting, but you're a fisherman, so you understand different weights and how bass splash or maybe a crappie splash, so you can tell. So when we're out there looking, the waves were going one way, and then all of a sudden, a big dirt just swirl up and it takes off and you're going across the wave. And by that wave, that wake, you knew it was a redfish. And so out here now, it's a certain amount. Do y'all know what the largest fish that we can probably shoot out here now?
If it's over 27,
I think it's over 27.
That's too big with the new law, and you have to throw it back.
Okay. Okay.
But what the captain does, if he recognizes that fish is too big, he'll say, don't shoot that, because you don't want to be shooting fish and throwing them back.
Yeah. We had that experience. It was 1 inch. Too long had to toss on that.
Yep.
But Mr. T, while I have you, what advice would you give someone that's a first time bow fisherman?
Just come down and prepare to have fun.
All right. Okay.
That's it. Just come and have fun.
Yeah.
Don't get frustrated. Just shoot.
Yeah.
And don't worry about
shoot your shot.
Keep shooting your shot.
Don't worry about missing or anything like that. Just shoot. That's fun.
Yeah, that's great advice, Luke. Because I know for me, we got frustrated the first night.
Yeah.
And I got really. So he said, "Calm down." He said, "Cool, you're gonna get. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen." Got 2 nights.
That's right.
And the next night, man, when I got that first one, oh my God! I mean, it was such an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
But the weight was lifted.
Yeah.
I mean, I was able to relax and have a good time. But I'm so glad you said that, because that is great advice. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. I did that, and almost missed the opportunity to have a great time. But so I appreciate.
I have come down here, and wasn't feeling my best. Maybe shot 2 fish.
Yeah.
But I had fun with the guy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I went home with the same amount.
Because we all got each other back. Right. And there's no organized fashion it's not like Corey had to shoot, Fred had to shoot. Yeah. If Corey shoots and miss, Fred coming over the top. And if Fred hit and then he reeling in and there's another red, then Josh coming in because Fred slide out the way. Now, we can get a little tangled. That's a problem. But that's where the deck hand comes in and untangle us, get us back right. Equipment does not act right, your deck hand is on Johnny on the spot, supposedly, and get the stuff caught out of the oyster beds or under the motor or under the boat, grab all those type of things to try to get us back shooting fish as quickly as possible.
Well, because I must tell you, I know I heard the story when they was on the boat together the first night, how they was battling coming over. Well, I can admit, I witnessed myself. Corey had a cape on, man. Corey had a cape on, man. He was coming over the top. Bam! I'm like, I'm missing, but he's recovering from me.
He had your back.
He had my back. So for all the fish I've missed, he coming out of nowhere.
More like Method Man, not Superman.
So I get it. I mean, it's really fun.
It's a natural reaction too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just
What mistake do we need to tell our viewers to avoid?
one. Make sure you have. Don't come out with just regular shoes. Don't come out with no nice shoes that you need to have on. Right. Get some slip resistant shoes that you have on. Get some clothes that you don't mind getting dirty. Gloves. Do y'all wear gloves when y'all?
I do. On my shooting hand.
On your shooting hand.
Yeah, that rub.
Yeah, because you can get blisters on your hand. Other mistakes, riding on the boat. If you're sitting in the front, make sure you have goggles on to protect you from the bugs hitting you in the face. Maybe a cover over your face.
Gator.
Bring your rain suit.
Right.
That's right. That's right. Don't bring too many clothes. You just need something, because we do 2 days pretty much every time we come down here.
Right.
Can you think of anything else, Fred?
It brought me back to one of the actually, they gonna agree, the best time we ever had boat fishing.
Yeah.
We went out, we were way out with Captain Darrell.
Yeah.
Storm came in.
Yep.
We had to go to a old shack
Yeah.
to get out of the weather.
That's right.
And we was like, man, it may be alligators. And he like, ain't no alligator. I'm like, we down the alligator. And we got our feet dangling and looking in the water. But once we got in that trapper's cabin, man, we cracked so many jokes. That was the best time we ever had.
Absolutely.
Just laughed. We laughed so hard in the middle of a storm. And then went right back to fishing about an hour. That was the best time.
Wow. All right, last one. What's the hardest fish to hit?
Josh, what you think?
All up.
Hey, right.
Because the boat, you gotta think about the boat moving, fish moving. Yeah, you trying to adjust and all that at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you have people like Corey shooting over you.
Just to clarify, I'm already taller than you.
That's right.
So it don't take much to shoot over.
Standing on the deck don't count.
Yeah.
And
Shooting on the fly.
Shooting on the fly.
Well, instinct. We all talked about the teamwork aspect, right?
Yeah.
Working together. We talked about how difficult shots can be. But can anyone tell me, like, what it is to hit the fish that you targeted and the best and worst moment of those?
That's when you hit the fish that you actually aiming at, then you know that you're doing everything correctly.
Right.
But when the person behind you hits the fish that you just shot and missed, then that's when you have a little self-conscious.
Nah, what it is, when all us shooting, we pulled them out, all three of us got an arrow, so we try and determine who hit first. All three of us got an arrow in it.
That happened last night?
No, I've seen it.
Yeah,
last night. We had two of our guys shoot the same fish.
Yeah.
Now, what was the joke? What was the joke of the boat?
They had a three-way with a red fish.
What's your worst moment, you think, Josh, of shooting the fish out there? The worst? Yeah.
Worst moment?
Yeah.
All of them getting off, losing the fish.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking losing it. Get it in, trying to bring it in.
Almost at the boat and he jump.
Almost in the boat. Because we have like friendly competition, sometimes some real strong competition dealing with who gonna kill the biggest fish, the most fish, and the first fish. Wow. And so that's a lot going on in your mind. So everybody's trying to throw elbows. It starts off friendly, but then start feeling like rugby and lacrosse and everything out there. Especially dealing with people like Fred. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm not.
It's that wager, because the cockiness get on there, and we put friendly, legal Alabama wager.
But we in Louisiana.
Well, yeah, but we don't pay up till we get back.
That's right.
All right. As we transition this segment, I want you the audience to understand, hey, you don't have to be the best guy. All you have to be is the best sport to be able to come out here and enjoy your time with family and friends. 'Cause, you know, a lot of these gentlemen bring their families, and a lot of them come to relax and get away. And that's what we've always said. You know, use opportunities like this.
That's right. To
get close,
get closer,
build.
focus.
Yep.
And build community.
That's right.
Brotherhood.
Mental health is what we talking about so much. You know, coming back, relaxing, go back, enjoying the families. Thanking my wife and friends for allowing me to get out here, to enjoy everyone. And I get so much energy when I go back.
So, new part to this segment.
Yeah.
To the panel we have. You guys always sing our rapid fire session.
Yeah.
All the time. And you guys seem to like it, but it's a little bit different today. We're going to do what's called a popcorn response. I'm going to ask the panel 4 questions.
Get your mind right.
And they each have an opportunity to answer one of the 4 questions.
Yep.
So, you guys ready?
You ready? All right. It's called rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I'm gonna ask the 4 questions and anybody can respond to the question. Okay. What skills transfer from bow hunting?
Patience.
Ooh, we hear that. We done heard that before.
Yeah. That's good.
We done heard that before.
Don't let them think. You letting them think.
How does that skill sharpens you as a shooter?
Well, you got to take your time, make sure you get aim right and all that stuff, and it transfers from not only just bow fishing, the life and everything else you do. Just
got to be prepared to keep.
Yeah, and like you said, you're gonna shoot at something you think you on the money and you miss, but you gotta let that go. Reset, reel arrow back in, and keep on firing that.
What type of arrow are you using?
Well, it's, the bow fishing arrow is a regular arrow, just with a broadhead that made for fishing.
Barb hook.
Barb hook, yeah.
Barb hook. Are you guys planning another trip?
Yes. This is going to be an annual. It's always an annual.
Yeah. It's no matter how many times we come. Sometimes we shoot for 2, but we always got to do 1. We hadn't missed a year.
That's right. We haven't.
Even with hurricane, in those 20-some years, at least 20. My son 20. We've been coming before he was born.
Wow. Yep.
And we never. The storm, if it hit, the hurricane city here, we came in the fall. We never missed. We missed just where we slept, but we never missed.
The panel members did a great job in responding to those questions. As we transition to their experiences as far as their African hunts, this is something that I think you guys find very interesting.
Pretty scary, man. My heart's racing right now.
And as we switch gears and sail across the globe to Africa, and you guys have shared those experiences together as well. And we want to look at how those things have changed you all as men. How has it improved your mental state in terms of that experience itself, being that it's different from what you experience here in the U.S. So who first suggested the African hunt?
The first African hunt, I suggested it because I had already gone to Africa once. And then Fred went with me and we went together on a different hunt, and all the guys started talking about it. And again, this is where the Safari Club came in. He and I were members. And in fact, like, you're not a member.
I'm not a member yet.
But we members of the Safari Club. We went to their banquet, and they had they have beds and stuff going on. Yeah, auctions. And Fred met a group, an outfitter. And for some reason, he talked the outfitter into
a deal.
Into
a good deal. And that's why 15 of us went.
Yeah.
You know, and he instrumented that, but he didn't go on the trip, you know. And that's how we all went.
Yep.
You know. And
I
had a great day.
And I appreciate that. And the travel time that it took us to get over there, you know, I wasn't expecting it, okay? I in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, just 3 or 4 hours, take a nap, and we'll be over there. And I woke up 3 times, and we still was still flying. Still got
tried to tell him that.
He did. He tried to get us prepared to that. Corey, how long do you think it took us to get over there?
I don't know. The flight was what, 16, 17 hours, 15 hours?
It's long there.
But it's, you know, the excitement of it, even though, you know, the duration was long, to me, from my experience, my excitement kind of dwindled that away. So the time, it didn't affect that because I was too busy and prepping in my mind what I was about to experience.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about the time.
Josh, what was your thoughts when you got on that plane and then we got off the plane over there? What do you think you were?
A dream coming into reality.
Okay.
Like, you know, just watching all the outdoor shows and the other guys that big game hunt.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to go big game hunt in Africa with my buddies.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I saw this on TV.
Yeah.
And now it's my turn to experience the experience. Yeah.
Fred, when you got over there, I know you've been to Africa, like I said, a couple of times, and your experience, so you seasoned that going over there and seeing. When you got there the second time that you go there, because you already had the experience of the first time, did you notice anything different? Did you go after different animals? What was your experience?
Well, the second trip we was going at danger game.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
What's dangerous?
Yeah, what's the difference?
The species that Tia was targeting was Cape buffalo and leopard.
Okay.
Our man went on to film and kill some playing games, and the opportunity presented itself, I would kill.
Okay.
I wasn't interested in leopard.
Okay.
And so we had special equipment for to kill Cape buffalo. You got to have at least 90 pounds kinetic energy, 90-pound lens, 90-pound kinetic energy, certain a two-blade broadhead. 3 blades will not go inside a Cape buffalo. You got to have 2 blades. It'll pull the hide and stop the arrow. You got to have a 2-blade.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he ordered some special switchblades, and they performed pretty well. Okay. Took 2 days to stalk him, but we.
So he went over there for playing. Tia went over there for dangerous game. Fred went over there for the film, and then ended up harvesting playing game. Tia, what was your favorite experience going over since you've been over there so many times? I know it's so many, but give me one moment that just was an aha moment for you. I know you got a lot.
Well, I tell you, the leopard was one of my favorite hunts.
Okay.
But one of my favorite moments, Fred and I were sitting at the tent.
Okay.
We had just got to eat, and there was a little pond out in front of us. And he sat there and he said, what is that outside? That it's pond. And I went, I don't know. We went and got the binoculars. It was a pride of our lives on drinking water.
What?
Now we're here.
Yeah.
And the lions, you know, looking up at us.
Yeah.
And Fred said, we ain't got nothing before us. You know, and the outfitters said, yeah, they come there every night.
Every night.
And the next morning, you see the natives coming right by that pond.
That pond.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You know, I'm looking at this. Go to Africa as a hunt in the near future. And my biggest thing that I try to do before anything I do any research, try to find out as much as I can about it, you know, what to wear, what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to sleep, or how am I going to get through the day, or that 5-7 day.
You don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay.
I tried to tell them the first time, I said, listen, don't bring all of these clothes.
We did.
Right.
And they had suitcases.
Like we're moving out.
I
don't
did.
need that.
I did.
Don't worry about eating.
Yep.
Don't worry about any of that.
We try to prepare.
You know, if you're going for 7 days, 3 shirts,
3 pair of pants.
Yeah.
Your clothes are going to be washed.
Yes.
Okay. They're going to be folded up.
Yep.
You throw them on the little hamper,
Mm-hmm.
and they come in and clean your clothes up. You're going to eat. You're going to have snacks, and you're going to have a great time.
Just like a resort.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. What are any surprises in the planning stage or anything that Corey that you could think of?
Not necessarily a surprise, but preparation was key. I know, I'm kind of OCD a little bit, but I do listen to TL, but I had mostly everything that I needed was in my bow case,
Right.
with the exception of my CPAP.
So everybody went over there with bows, pretty much.
Right.
Right.
And I had 2. Well, I think everybody took a spare bow.
Yeah.
But clothes for the main part, my clothes and everything, I kept going back, taking in, taking out. And I had probably camera equipment and chargers that took up more space.
Right.
Because I just drilled down on clothes. I said, hey, I don't need that. I just start throwing it out. Like TL says, they're going to wash and fold.
Every night.
Right.
Every night. The TL question, is checking a bow in the same way as checking a gun in?
No.
Okay.
It's very easy. Very easy.
Compared to gun.
You get there, you show them that you have a bow.
Yeah.
They'll open it up. They're going to check it, and you can lock it back, and it's going right with it.
Gotcha. Versus a gun.
Versus a gun, you're gonna have they may do it at the next check-in point, and you'll find that your case has been open because they'll have the TSA lock.
You got to paperwork first.
Right.
A lot of people got that paperwork first. They got to take it soon.
So you gotta
apply for it before
not
have it
your
when
bullets,
you get there.
So when we did the bow,
you got to have it.
Yeah, it's got to be clear. Yeah, it's not.
How long before you have to have that done
for the gun?
Take long. You can get it did in a day or so. It's not a long process, but you can't do it when you get off the plane. It don't work like that.
Okay.
Right. And the reason why I'm asking is I know things are time sensitive because we talked last night, as a matter of fact, about in preparation in terms of the medical side that you have to prepare yourself for.
Yeah.
In terms of not being susceptible to any of the
and that all depends on the region that you're going to.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say depend on region, so I remember we had to take hepatitis B.
Yeah.
What other shots?
Malaria.
Malaria. Yeah. Now you take that in if you're going.
We went to South
States. If you're going to South Africa, you're going to have that. But when I went to Mozambique, I didn't have that.
You didn't have to have those shots.
Wow.
But you have to take the malaria and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the pill or the shot.
Pill or the shot. You know what I'm saying? The pill, I know the shot is quicker. Pill takes longer. Or I forgot that back.
Pill, you get it from the health department. You can't get them from the physician. You got to take them so many days before, like the 7 days before.
Yeah. Okay.
And 7 days or 4 days after. Or you can get the shot. The one time pills, which were like $50. The shot was like $150.
Okay.
And you don't have to take with one shot.
And all this got to be done right before we get on the plane. All this need to be done. Right.
Now, keep in mind, it's recommended. You don't have to have it now.
Okay.
But they recommend highly to get the shots.
Right.
Yeah. Because if you get it, you ain't coming. They're not going to let you come back if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they ask you, have you been around any fruit?
Yeah.
Ate any certain fruit? Been around certain things? Live animals, not animals we hunt. They mean livestock because they carry a lot of diseases. And so if you have and you ain't had the shot and stuff and something wrong, you may be detained for a while.
I got to come home, I'm take the shot. I'm coming home.
Take the shot.
Take the shot. And in that planning, we talked about, things that were easy to do, things that may have been a little bit difficult. Can you remember anything that stood out that was significantly difficult in planning for a hunt like that?
The most important.
Mm-hmm.
The most important, their animal kill zone is not where our traditional whitetail are. And each animal, not all of them, each animal kill zone is different. We've always come up the back of the shoulder or in the shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Most of their animals kill zone is shoulder forward. So if you hit dead behind the shoulder, you gonna wound him, but you may not get him.
Gotcha.
But if you come forward between the neck and where the shoulder, you good on something.
Okay.
And then some of it's there, and some of them, like on the Gims buck, it's there, but it's higher.
Gotcha.
So where you normally aim, you're wounding, you won't get him.
That's right. That's right.
So what I'm understanding is in your preparation in terms of taking a the animal.
Animal impact.
The anatomy and the shot placement
Right.
is very different than what we would shoot here in the States in terms of deer, elk, and anything like that.
Study the
Because
game.
the vitals are, I think, you
I bought
shared
a
it
book.
with me, Josh.
I bought a little book that showed.
Yeah, I mean, that the vitals are up further.
Yeah,
up
further in the
chest.
front. Yeah. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you said you was able to take one.
I took a wildebeest, 2 impalas, and a kudu.
a kudu.
Okay.
Mhm. So my wildebeest, I didn't take it. Fred and TL advice. I shot him like I shot a deer, and I had to chase him for a couple days.
So, yeah, that's that, man. That's good information because you guys see, even here, we may prepare a certain way, but there you have to change not only your mindset, but the way you practice and the way you get ready to harvest an animal. So, Lou, as we close this section out, the conversation that you all have every year, does it change, or is it one that you tell the guys what we're going to do different this year, or game or the games we're going to target? What's that conversation like?
We're talking about going to Africa. We're talking about Africa. Well, everybody has what their dream animal that they want to get over in Africa, right? And so there's a long list of so many, I would say, exotic animals of Africa.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you're not just going over this kill an animal, you're going over to kill something that you want. And there's a list and there's a price list that you can select through certain animals that you may want to target. Not saying it's going to be there tied down for you to get, but you got to work hard
And
to try
the
to get
experience of
and experience. And so when going back to TL, because he's been over there so much, and he was telling me certain animals, and I was like, I want that animal. I said, I want a roan. He said, no, you don't want no roan. I said, yes, I do want a roan. I said, TL, I want a roan.
And you saw that price?
And I said, I don't want no roan. I'd take a kudu. So
I want to say this. One of the main things about going to Africa and hunting is that, going back to what you said, patience. 3 of us could go out and be in a blind and hunt and see 50 animals.
Mm-hmm.
One of us could go out and that first day and see 2. And then you come back in and you're like, I hadn't seen anything, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, don't shoot all your animals on the first day.
That's right.
That's
right.
Because they'll come in, you're sitting there and the outfitter said, okay, here's zebra calm. Oh, giraffe coming. Oh, that's some impala coming. That's,
Right.
and you're getting all combobulated about what you need to do.
Right.
But then the next guy is sitting in another blind, he saw 2 impala,
And that's the thing when you was asking, like, how do you know what you want? So whatever tickles you. What do you like when you go over there? I had a particular impala in my mind because I've watched TV so much of what size and style I want. When I went over there, it was like different. Seeing it up close, I'm like, oh, I like that one. But as TL said, patience and not that first day, because you'll see so many different animals. And if I would have shot the first day, I would have got the real
I think
nice.
Corey didn't see anything.
No, I shot 3 the first day.
Okay.
You shot
Warthog.
chasing you.
Yeah, you were chasing me. My impala was number 25 in the world.
So what it was, you hear what he said. He said to go, and TL said to go. When we went over their house and saw the animals that they killed in Africa, they gave us pretty much a plan of what we want to kill. And we always competitive amongst each other. So TL got some pretty high-end animals that are ranked, and Fred has some. So our challenge is not just to kill anything, because they're going to talk bad about us regardless if we come back. So we try to outperform them when they over there. Right?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, John said some things earlier about his dream hunt. Well, this conversation is kind of giving you guys an opportunity to understand how you can have your dream hunt as well. And from what I just heard, and I hope you heard the same thing, it starts from planning.
Planning.
Year
in advance,
all
2
the
years in
different-
advance.
And we've had conversation. Mr. Fred and I had a sidebar saying, hey, when you plan a trip like this, you plan months in advance. You do a little bit here,
Even
a
a
little
year.
bit there,
Mhm.
a year out, to give yourselves an opportunity to go on that hunt. So, folks, if this is some advice for you, plan ahead and prepare yourself to go on the dream hunt of your life. So, as we segue into a great topic that Lou kind of hinted on a little bit, budgeting for a trip like that. Now, I leave it up to you all to kind of get into the
Type of fun.
type of funding or the costs. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but just kind of, I think give the people opportunity to understand what it takes to budget for.
I think each outfitter is different, but you look at the plane tickets that's going over there, and I let TL, because he has probably been over so long ago that he has seen the changes. He has seen the changes in the different, scheduling of animals and pricing going over there. So TL,
Well, yeah, with the outfitter,
yes,
you're not gonna have a problem.
Right.
They all have an account in the States.
Okay.
If you got your date down, you can start looking for your airline ticket, and they change daily.
okay,
So you need to be watching that, because you may get one that's say $900 for that route, and then you go back an hour and later it's $1,800.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And my first trip that I went, my airfare was $790.
yeah.
Yeah.
And when we went, it was about 1,800.
Yeah. Wow. But going back, if the outfitter, what I did is planning part. What I did when I realized that I was going to go, and I had my date set out a year and a half, I started sending the outfitter money every month.
Wow.
So that you plan.
So
Yeah.
so you send a little bit every month.
I
month.
gave him his deposit, sent him a little bit, and I had it coming out automatically. So after a couple of months, I forgot about it.
Yeah, and the overall big cost is not as big anymore, because it's like the elephant. No, I know
that.
but just one small bite at a time.
Right.
So, Court, what was the surprise cost or surprise expense that you had?
I wouldn't just say necessarily, surprise, but just make sure you know the details. A lot of times, is the daily rate included? Is the daily rate not included?
Yep.
Like I said, all the outfitters are different. Our particular trip, we paid X amount of dollars and we got a credit that we can put towards animals. And at that point, it's just based on the budget, what you want to budget for.
That's right.
Right? As far as the animals go. But then you also have to take into account, you got to have dipping and shipping.
Yeah.
All right. Now, am I going to get my taxidermy work over there?
Yeah.
If I'm going to get my taxidermy work back home? But that's an expense that can come after everything else. And so, you start writing things down, you put it down on the checklist, and like TL mentioned, it works better if you do pay it forward ahead of time.
Right.
So you don't have that one big shock.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Now, I was saying, Josh, what made you select the animals that you wanted to, was it the budget, or was just something that you wanted?
The animals that when I thought of Africa, that stood out to me most. Hey, when I take this animal, it's going to signal Africa to me.
Okay.
Right. So that's why I went out there, the animals I did, wildebeest. You always see that with lions, shapes,
That's right.
Impala, stuff like that. I wanted the warhol. I didn't get an opportunity, but that's
that's right.
When I watch National Geographic or whatever, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So,
you wanted to cast a Lion King.
That too.
Mr. Fred, let me ask you a question. When you talking about costs, do you think African hunt is more affordable now than it was before, or do you think it is affordable for hunters today?
Very important.
It could be both. It's also based on, we discuss what each want, and then we try to apply it to outfitters, because outfitters have different specialties. Like South Africa has lots of outfitters, but his specialty like maybe in smaller playing games, so it's cheaper with that outfitter.
Okay.
And if that fits in our budget with friends, they say, oh, this is going to help Corey, this is what then we go there.
Okay.
If you want a kudu and you want a big kudu, they got Kudu Land, Kudu World. You can go there and they'll give you bigger kudus.
Yeah.
But it's going to cost you more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we discuss what each person wants, and then we try to apply it to the outfitter, because all of them have plains games. And what happens is, when he have an overwhelming a wildebeest at this particular farm, that wildebeest may be $1,200. You go to this outfitter, he only has 75. He's killing his herd and he have to buy a mate. So then his wildebeest may be $2,800.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Many hunters, I think, including myself, Africa is a hunt that is out of reach. But in the conversation, and since Blue has already gone, we've talked before. I mean, I'm more at ease as to in preparation now, cost and expectation when it comes to choosing the game I want to choose, or just simply understanding the anatomy, where shot placement, and things of that nature. So I hope you guys took away those nuggets as well as we transition. But just think about this: if Africa is your dream, it's achievable. You can do it. It just takes planning. Just treat it like an elephant, one bite at a time. So first impression, guys, when what went through your mind when you asked this already? You asked when you got off the plane, but what went through your mind when you stepped out of or into the blind and you actually came in contact or you encountered your very first? I know for many of you did years ago, but what was that experience like to first have your?
I took TL advice. Don't try to shoot all your animals the first day.
Right.
My first set, I just wanted to take it all in, just look around, listen to the different sounds and all that stuff, and just really settle myself down. Because most of us, these animals we looking at, we saw all in the zoo.
That's right.
And now they within 50 yards or less.
Yep.
So I just want to take it in. It's like, all right, that's where I'm at now.
Okay.
It's time to make it happen.
Frank, yeah.
Mine was when you think of Africa and you look at, Wild Kingdom and other National Geographic, it always show you the outdoor animals. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I know I'm gonna see these things. But when the plane land, it's like downtown Atlanta. You got all these buildings, and I'm like, yeah. And then, we got all the restaurants, went out to find hotels, and then went to the movies, shot.
Yep.
And then we get in the van, and 2 hours later, we in the wilderness with just animals walking.
That's right.
Like you go from a world to a third world, and it was just right down the street. And it's
would you say that was the thing that impressed you the most? Seeing the difference?
Well, what they helped me with, it helped and it hurt. Because we take things for granted because we got used to things. And when I tipped the guy, he was crying and I couldn't understand why. The outfitter told us this was then. He said, you gave him a year's salary. That's what he mean. He said, if you only make $10 a month. And when I gave each person $50, $100, he said he don't have to work for a year making $10. And I gave him $100 each person. And I didn't know why he did it. And it hurts you because he bowed down in spirit. Actually, I'd hate to say it, like similar to a slave. He just bowed down like, oh, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And it hurts because we spent $100 on dinner, tennis shoes. It humbled me. Never look at things the same. If you go over, you'll never see things the same. That's why everybody go over there change. Oprah people went. They went one thing. When they left, they came back donate. It humbles what we have that we complain about and take for granted. And then you go to realize we got everything and they have less than that.
And the money over there was 13 to 1. Right?
For $1 was 13
grand.
13 grand.
Rand. Yeah. Rand.
And they would negotiate more with that money. If you had U.S. money, they would change the deal if you had U.S. money versus their money.
Yeah.
Because they can negotiate, such negotiating power when they go to shop and want to buy something, the merchant would negotiate to give them more product if you had U.S. money. If they had rands, then no, let's say you wanted to go get some bread, you could only get 1 loaf of bread. If you had U.S. currency, you could negotiate, so you can get 4 loaves of bread.
Yep. Right. Wow. So as far as the hunting, I see the cultural differences in terms of how we are here in the U.S. versus here in Africa. The cultural differences are very, different. What about the hunting? U.S. versus Africa. And Lou, we talked about it all the time. You getting in stories, but I kind of want to tell guys.
I want y'all to tell them, but I just know when we got back, and I got back from Africa, I'm sitting in a tree and I declare I saw a giraffe. That's what got me. I was like, I can still see the animals over there in my mind that I saw in Africa. It messed me up pretty bad. But TL, what was your experience of going over there with so money then coming back to America?
To get acclimated back to shooting whitetail. Because here I just shot a kudu.
Yeah.
And I get back here and 6 point, 8 point come out.
You
have to just get back to where you are, So that was one of the things. And one thing I wanted to say, when we went a day ahead of time.
We did. We got to enjoy it.
Yeah, we went, took a tour, went downtown. The hotel that we stayed at was called Da Vinci.
Right.
Da Vinci.
Yeah.
And
Wonderful.
it was a
Yes.
5-star hotel.
Right.
Yes.
And I don't even talk about the cost. It was so minuscule. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
Right.
We went out to dinner.
Yes.
I took, the
The
whole
whole
I think I still got a
13
picture of the ticket. I mean,
the whole group. We took the outfitters, their wives, and everything. So
Really?
my wife said to me, she said, "You paying for dinner?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "It's gonna be pretty up there." I said, "Yeah," because we eat steaks and everything.
Yes, the best quality.
It was
I had a-
$240.
For 13
Wow.
For 13 people.
I had a Wagyu steak for $10.
Yeah.
Did you hear what he
Really?
A Wagyu
That's
steak
Wagyu steak.
for
said?
$10.
$10.
Oh, good.
Great wine.
Yeah.
Everything.
So,
Yeah.
Lou, you remember, we talked to Mike a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
Mike Waddell.
Yes, we.
And, he talked about his experience.
Yep.
Particularly with the big, not necessarily behavior, but I understand it's a culture thing.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fred talked about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, he affirmed what Mike was saying. So let me ask you, boy, how was the people
Yeah.
in terms of the PHs and those guys, and how did they treat you? And I gotta ask, how did they treat you all versus though the native, what you call it, native?
I would say for us, very appreciative.
Yeah.
Because tourism is basically their livelihood,
Uh-huh.
So we basically got treated like kings and queens.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Really?
Always.
Always.
Yep.
It does give yourself more appreciation of where you're at, what you have, the things that we don't value as much, we value more. And it's a eye-opening experience to me. The hunting is all that's grand, but to experience the people, the culture, but to know that you can drive 3-4 hours and it looks like you're in a whole different place. When we see those shanties of
Third world
where other
country.
people were living,
Yes.
those are the eye-opening experience. Now, but I will say this from my own experience, I did see some things that I probably did not like from seeing how some of the locals may have been treated by some of the other
Living
Yes.
conditions.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
Josh,
know
what
what I
you
mean?
think about that?
So, that was a little hard
Yeah.
to.
What you?
And we're back, folks. I hope you all enjoyed that conversation with Lou and some of the guys that we went on the bow fishing trip with down in Galliano, Louisiana. They talked about a couple things. One, bow fishing, and the second was their African trip they took on. So I'm gonna pass it over to Lou to kind of sum up the rest of that conversation that we had with them, talking about their experiences or any weapons or favorite animal that they thought was the toughest or they enjoyed more so than the other. All right, Lou, so take it away.
So we went over there and everybody get to choose the different animals that they were interested in. Hopefully we got a chance to see them. And if we did, then you go after that animal. Some people didn't have an idea, but at least we were presented with a list of so many different animals and pictures. So we had some illustrations, so it let us know what we were looking for. We also, before we went over there, we had the anatomy that was sent out, from, I think, me or one of the hunters. I sent out a picture of how to shoot an animal over there in Africa because their vitals are up closer. The lungs are a little bit more closer in the chest cavity than, as a white-tailed deer. So we had to look at all those things, Doc, before we go over there and be prepared of how to shoot the animal. So
like a crash course, kind of get an understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right. And so the species that you would see from giraffe to wildebeest to buffalo to they call it Black Death, Cape Buffalo to eland to impalas. I mean, kudu, everything from baboons. You see everything. Red hartebeest to blue wildebeest to the black wildebeest to leopards. We saw everything over there. And so the experience of going over there to see all those animals, you can get overwhelmed, because some of us stalking, some of us are waiting in the bush in a little shack, waiting for them to come to the water hole. So the experience was great going over there. we did also have, the choice of weapons. So we all went over there with bows, compound bows,
Okay.
and one of the fellas had crossbow.
So that's what
And
I
we
want to do. I want the bow kill. I want the bow kill on.
take it over there,
Yeah.
and you can go over there, and it was much easier going through customs with the bow,
With the bow.
crossbow versus with the rifle. And so if
Really?
you would take a rifle over there, if you take a rifle over there, it's a certain steps that you got to take. You can't just do it that day like you do a bow. You need to go ahead and plan that ahead of time, sign some documents. They want to make sure that you one can carry a weapon. Two, putting it on it's properly stored underneath, and it has the right TSA locks on your gun case, and same thing on your bow case. You want TSA locks on your case, so when you go over there, they're going to go into your weapon. They're going to look at it, and they're going to put a piece of paper to say, "Hey, we were here. We looked through your weapon." That's what they did for our bows, and they're definitely going to do it with your guns. It's just going to take more time. But if you were over there and you wanted to harvest with a gun, then you can use probably that the PA, the assistant that's over there, his gun. All right. And they shoot some 338s. They shoot some big boys over there because they need them for the type of animals that are over there.
No doubt. Okay. And, hey, was there anything that you wish you had taken with you on the trip that you might have left at home? Like, God dog, I wish I had a.
I think I had my rangefinder, but some days I left it and I was relying on the PH to tell me about the range. But I realized that his rangefinder was in metrics and meters, and metric system, and mine are in yards. So the distance, is going to be a little larger. So that's something to think about when you're going over there. Make sure you have your rangefinder with you. Got you some good binos with you, but they're using the metric system, and and so mine was on yards, and so his was showing a little different than mine. So I know one hunt I went out, I left him in camp, but he was giving his distance on animal. Didn't shoot that day, and I'm glad I didn't because when I ranged, mine was showing that it was a little closer than his. Right? Okay. Yeah. So that's one of the main things I wish I would have taken every day when I went out there.
Gotcha. Well, of course, it's an experience, right?
It is.
And everybody has a different experience. So, couple questions, Lou. And you got to help us out.
Right.
The audience. What did you take away from that African experience? And for someone who is looking to go like myself, what would you recommend?
I want to say that the reason thank you for asking that, because the experience that I had when we were over there, I can say that we are truly blessed. All of us. When you leave from over there hunting in the bush, we were over there 16 days, 14 days in the bush, 2 days, in hotel in Johannesburg. But then we traveled about 3 hours before we went into the bush. And just to see how people are living, poverty is real. And what we have over here is not poverty. What we have over here is, and I'm not trying to really compare the two in a way of, if somebody's poor is poor. But when you experience to a level that I saw over there compared to what's going on over here, we still are truly blessed to the experience. So I took away, I'm fortunate. My kids understand. When we came back, I was showing them pictures of how some people live. And there's some great places, in Johannesburg, but to go in the bush and to see how the villagers, the people were living, I brought back, I'm thankful. I value the time that we have with our family. I've seen some content over there that, injuries of people that probably was hit by a car and was still there when we came back. That's some of the stuff I didn't even want to discuss, but I did see that we was on and come back. Yeah. So I've seen some things over there and the emergency vehicles didn't come back, and we came back probably about an hour or two later, the person's still there. So it's just the experience I have, the food, but the hospitality, the way we were treated was wonderful. We had a great experience over there. We going back in 2027. So I'm not trying to scare or deter anybody from going to Africa, because there are so many wonderful places to go in there. And the food was great. The food was amazing. The hospitality, the way we took too many clothes, because where we stayed, we only needed, just probably 2 or 3 pair of underwear, 2 shirts, pair of pants, because as soon as we take our clothes off, they will wash them fold them, bed made, new linen sheets, and everything was just like we got there the first day. So that's what I took away from it. And to go over there to fly 15 hours and 16 hours going, 15 hours coming back, I guess due to the wind pushing the plane a certain way, how we got back a little faster.
Rotation of the earth or something.
Yep. It was
getting in that Gulf Stream. I think this is something you get in that Gulf Stream.
Get back.
Pushing against
and be
it,
on,
riding with it.
It was an experience that we are truly blessed to say we've been over, to Africa, and it was 7 guys, 5 women. We took our wives. One of the gentlemen got proposed over there, and man, the villagers was singing a song. If I could find that,
I bet that was something to see.
If I find it, I gotta send it to you. I want you to listen to them singing.
Yeah.
After like a couple of days, we were getting ready to leave. They were in camp. We were by a fire, and it was just very moving. The way they were singing a cappella. I mean, doing very well, dancing. We all got up and had a great time before we came back home. So to have your hunting buddies over there with you, and then you have your wife, your spouses over there, and they enjoyed it. So it was a venture that I tell people, hey, get a couple coins together and go to Africa and get that experience. Even if you don't go to hunt, just go over there for a safari. It's life changing to see how we live and how other people live across the world.
Man, that was wonderful, man. I'm telling you, 2027 is it. I'm telling you, I'm there. I'm there. Yes. Hey, man, what is one, just, kind of wrap this up. What is one memory that you have of your trip to Africa that's one that is the most memorable out of all the memories that you've had? What would it be?
I'm not gonna say it was just a hunt. I'm not gonna say the one that stood out the most. I think it was a sunset. I love sunsets and sunrises, and we were on a sunset, and we were looking across a lake, and all of us out here, kind of like a picnic that we had, and it was like everybody finished hunting, and we out here on this lake and everything, and I'm just being silly, and it was some hippos on the other side laying on the in the dirt, and I'm being silly, and I'm just making a little noise, and so they stood up, and the man said, "They see you." I said, "I know." I said, "I know they see me." He said, "Yeah, but they think that you are threatening them." He said, "So they coming." And so we were just out there, and I'm being silly. They were a long way away. 3 hippos splashed in the water. You saw the wave. When I say a long way away, I'm talking about at least about 700, maybe close to 1,000 yards away. They were away. Right. You just saw them. So they'll pop their nose up, blow, and they go back down, and they're getting closer and closer and closer. And so he keeping an eye on them while we enjoying ourselves. And then they got real close, and then they popped their mouth and they blew. He said, "All right, y'all, let's come on up," because they're getting close, because what they're going to do, they're going to come out the water, and then they're going to charge. So that's one of the most things. And so the experience, it went from a real calm, nice sunset to an intense moment, but everybody was laughing, having a good time before we left there. And that was a memorable moment, just to experience, like, hey, that's a big creature that's like coming out. Y'all about to leave. We own this whole lake, and everybody just had a blessed time. We hugged. We shared good stories of our hunts, and to watch that sunset set over that lake was amazing, man. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got to subject you to rapid fire, bro.
Oh, not your boy.
Hey, man.
Not your boy,
I
homie.
Got to get you, man. I got to get you.
Come on, man. You could at least gave me the questions, man. You could have gave me the cheat code, man. We partners, homie.
You my boy. You my dog. But I got to get you. I got to get you, man. Listen. It ain't gonna hurt. It ain't gonna hurt.
I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? Okay. Are you ready? It's rapid fire, y'all. This is a segment of the show. We try to throw some questions at people just to get their response. So no exception.
Right.
So
I'm ready.
Maybe next week. I got you this week. Maybe you'll get me next week. How about
I get you back.
Will that work?
Back.
You get
That's
me?
it.
Hold
Now
on,
get your
man.
back.
Hold on, man. You can't hold grudges, man. You can't hold.
Eye for eye, homie.
God, dog. All right, man. All right.
Yeah.
Try these on for size for me. Favorite
All
animal.
right.
And this
Kudu.
related. Kudu. Okay. Related to Africa, huh? You said kudu. Favorite animal.
Kudu.
Toughest stalk.
Would be the impala.
Okay. Favorite meal.
It was they made a bisque with they used some eland. They shredded up some eland and made this type of bisque, and it was delicious over there.
Oh, favorite camp.
Only one was over there was Philip Bronkhorst Safaris.
Okay. Best pH.
His name was John. I don't know his last name, but they call him John. I call him John.
Most exciting moment.
Woo! The stalk of the wildebeest when I shot a wildebeest, and everybody, all the wildebeest just ran in kind of one direction, and I watched my not stalkers, my guides come out there, and these stalkers, they went out there and found amongst all these tracks. I watched them go out there and they found where he ran amongst hundreds of animals running in the same direction. And I call myself a good hunter and a pretty good tracker, but these trackers were able to find where my animal went, pinpoint accuracy, and they were nowhere around us. And they just came in. One guy was with us, but most of them wasn't even around us. That was and they found it 150, 160 some yards away, expired.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest surprise.
Oh man, the biggest surprise was to sleep in the tent, and my wife was with us, and to have you felt vulnerable. The biggest surprise, you having the shadows at nighttime, the moon was out, and you see these, like a giraffe didn't walk past. You see the shadow of a giraffe walk past, a shadow of an eland walk past. The people sitting out there in the villages, they sitting out there all night, and they have to shoo away the animals, the lions and stuff. And then they come back. You got guards out there with you because we're out here in the middle of the bush, bro.
Ooh, man.
Yes, sir.
Most beautiful place. Most beautiful place.
Johannesburg remind me of an Atlanta. It was very nice, very upscale. I must admit, beautiful place.
Okay, one word to describe Africa.
Freedom. Peace.
Yeah. And he made it through, y'all. He made it through. All right, folks. A lot of times, we get, again, we always talk about how we get caught up in the harvest, but it's never about the harvest, really. It's about the experience, and we all want to experience that a lot of times, but sometimes it's these memories. And Lou, you have
that's right.
You say, hunters come and go, the seasons come and go.
Hunting seasons come and go, but the memories shall last forever. And that's what we want people. That's it. Hunting season come and go, but the memories shall last forever. And we cherish that, and we want to make sure on We Hunt 2, We Fish 2, that I know some of you out there have good memories and good photos and good video. Doc, I think we ought to ask the people, the viewers, hey, send us a photo.
Yeah.
We want to talk to you all.
That's right.
We know y'all hunt too. We know y'all fish too.
Mm-hmm.
Send us a short video or a photo of one of y'all most memorable moments, and let's talk about it. And we're going to choose a hunter a week to talk. So make sure when you send it, send your contact number, send your email address. And Doc, what's that email address that they can send it to that I know we have? Where can they send it?
WeHunt2, WeFish2 at Gmail. I'm going to put it in the description, but I'm also, let me see if I can put it right here. I'm going to put it right there.
So it won't be no excuse.
No excuse. WeHunt2, WeFish2 at gmail.com.
Because we local guys, we like to talk to people. We don't care if you the big boys or you just began hunting. You
That's
may
right.
have a turkey, a fish. It can be a little guppy. If you caught a guppy, that's fine too. If you
Yeah.
killed a spike, hey, that's fine too. We wanna hear from you, and we
Mhm.
want to see one of your most memorable moments on We Hunt
That's
2
right.
with Fish 2. What excited you? And we got questions for you. We might do rapid fire, so you better be ready.
Yeah. But we
But we
we
want to
want
talk
that
to y'all.
photo. We want that video because we want
We
to
want
talk
that
to you.
photo.
You want that you're going to be able to come on this show and tell
That's
us
right.
that story. But
That's right.
tonight, people, it wasn't about boat fishing.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't about Africa.
Mhm.
It was about friendships, traditions, and making time to enjoy the outdoors with people that
Amen.
really matter.
Amen.
Man, years from now, none of us gonna remember every shot or every fish, but we will remember the stories, the laughs, and the people beside us.
That's right.
So thank you for, tuning in with us and sharing your experience and inspiring,
Yes.
others to chase the adventure, making
Yeah.
memories and never stop exploring God's creation.
Amen.
Remember, folks, do what your mama told you. Get out the house. Go outside. Go hunt. Go fish.
That's right.
We hunt too.
Hunt 2.
We fish too.
We Fish 2.
Peace.
Peace.